There's so much crisis taking place on this earth today, and it's so beautiful. It's beautiful because that means with crisis comes massive transformation. The universe is shifting. The energy is rising from one of low vibrations to high vibrations, meaning that the propaganda, the mindset that we so have been believing in for so many decades is finally taking its course. It's coming to an end, to the point that it's shaking the world. It's shaking up the entire universe, that to the point the masses are starting to awaken. This video is going to be for people who are already awakened and for people who are starting to awaken to more than just their physical aspect. And just know that since the universe is taking a massive transformation and the earth is shifting with it, with all these crises, and with crisis comes transformation, with transformation comes people awakening, with awakening comes what people are going to experience a dark night of the soul. So on today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to embrace this moment of a dark night of the soul. And when you can embrace the embodiment of this darkness, when you travel within your soul for the very first time, you will awaken to a profound understanding that you have never known before. And when you do know this profound shift, and when you embrace the dark night of the soul, you will understand why change is needed for your life, so you can live so much more abundantly than you have ever thought of before. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. Send you so much love and unconditional light to you. Just sending it forth your way. Just so much love, so much abundance, so you could feel how blessed that you are. Welcome, awakened ones, to another episode on the Level of Wisdom with this short series, Deep Thoughts with Brittany. If you're new to this channel, my name is Brittany Fontanez, and what I do is I assist people in awakening to their power so they can find their infinite love within. On this channel, I speak about metaphysical, spirituality, self-development content, and honestly, so much more that my guides feel compelled to share with you. If you've already been on this journey with me so far, just know I really appreciate you and subscribing to this channel and always just watching these videos. Just because of you, I just love being of service and giving to you this wisdom that I've never been given. So being able to be your guide on your spiritual journey has been a blessing to me. So thank you so much for your support and your love. But if you're already watching this video, smack that like button. If you like caressing, you might as well caress that subscribe button after you like this video. After you subscribe though, hit that notification button if you enjoy content like this, so you can be notified of when I post videos, which is 3 times out the week. And lastly, follow me on Instagram as I post daily for your betterment, upliftment, so you can walk on your spiritual journey with more enlightenment and unconditional love for who you are and for who you are becoming. So let's jump right into this, because this video, it's needed. The way the world is shifting today, this whole universe actually, this video is going to be needed. I don't care if it goes viral. I just know this truth, this love, it's needed. So let's jump right into this. Now, you saw the title. It's called How to Embrace a Dark Night of the Soul. Now, if you heard of this, which I'm pretty sure you have, a dark night of the soul, I've experienced plenty of times, but I've had very powerful moments when I've had these predicaments happen to me. And just know, the dark night of the soul has been around for centuries. If anything, it started back in the 16th century with the poet Saint John. Apparently, he made a poem, which I don't really know how to even pronounce that language, but pretty much the title, it is titled The Dark Night of the Soul. And what the dark night of the soul, I would explain, is you finally being aware of the pure disconnection to divine that you have. The dark night of the soul is so close in hand to depression, because it has the same experiences, it has the same symptoms of pure emptiness, nothing but traumatic sadness. It's just the same elements that it holds. And the dark night of the soul really is just the experiencing of your soul letting you know that it is tired of being the identity, the avatar that has been for so many decades of having these beliefs, having these traumas. It's tired. That's why depression takes hold. Depression, like Jim Carrey says, it's literally your avatar tired of being the same way that it has been for so many years, that it's so desperate for change that it's making the body create a certain mood, to the point that mood creates so many chemical reactions within your body that it just feels like you're crazy. It just feels like you don't know how to be sane in this world. That's what depression really is. But really, depression is a dark night of the soul. And the dark night of the soul is you just experience the pure disconnection to your divine. That's all it really is. Now, here's a beautiful quote that I want to share with you that Saint John has wrote after his poem, The Dark Night of the Soul. And it says, this one's beautiful. I love this quote. If a man wishes to be sure of the road he's traveling on, there he must close his eyes and travel in the dark. I messed up a little bit because, of course, I write messy and I can't understand my handwriting sometimes. But that quote is so beautiful. It's beautiful to me because I hear the truth behind it. The dark night of the soul is not only a state where, people who awaken experience. It's for people who have been in a certain state for so long and they don't know how to shake themselves out of it, to the point they will have to experience a moment where their soul takes them in, like to the point it has no choice but to take them in and let them know this is what is going on. This is what you need to change. But a lot of people don't look at it that way. A lot of people look at the dark night of the soul as some sort of just a demonic experience. Like, it's too esoteric. It's too scary to even embrace. But here's the thing I want to share with you. How to embrace the dark night of the soul. You embrace it by realizing that the way you're feeling, that emptiness, that pure disconnection, what you're feeling is just a sign. It's literally a signal telling you, wake up, wake up, wake up. You don't have to be like this. You don't have to feel like this. You don't have to live like this. Depression is really just a sign for you to wake up. That's what the dark night of the soul is. There's so much happening on this universe that a lot of people are going to start experience the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is you traveling down the road that you've been avoiding for so many years, meaning that since the masses are starting to wake up, people are going to experience this momentum of their soul, to the point that when they travel down this road, they have no choice but to face their trauma. They have no choice but to face their hurt. They have no choice but to face their own darkness. You have no choice. You really have no choice. Even though those who have awakened already experienced multiple dark nights of the soul, that's why those who have suffered greatly are the ones who awaken and hold so many seared scars full of stories. That's what's starting to happen. All this, so much lies that we have been fed about society, how we should live, how the world should be, how we should think. It's humbling to the point that everyone in this world has no choice but to wake up to the lies that they've been fed. And the reason why we're starving for wisdom is because we're being fed with so much bullshit information. That's why this world is going through so much crisis, because it's starting to shaken itself up. It's starting to break down what has been holding it together because it's time for something new. And if the universe is going to shift, by all means, every mofo is going to have to shift or not. You can shift if you want. You don't have to. But just understand, when you take the shift with the universe, you're going with the flow of abundance. You're embracing the perspective that this world holds, not just of light, but of darkness. You see what I'm saying? When you experience and embrace the dark night of the soul, you are learning so much about your soul to the point that we don't even know 100% of our own self. Dark night of the soul is you just being open to the perspective that your darkness has, meaning that your darkness is your shadow self. Your shadow self is your ego, but the ego is not something that you should see as demonic or a monster. The ego is just a wounded child living within you that is trying to protect you from pain, from hurt. That is, the ego is literally the signal that creeps in, that lets you know, should I fight or should I flight? That's where the fight or flight mode comes in. And so when you can establish that the light and the darkness create this bountiful connection that is the balance of the universe, when you realize you need both of these in order to know the foundation of how life operates, when you understand these, you will live in unconditional love. You will learn to embrace yourself and your past and your present and your future and how you feel and how you think and how you act. You start to embrace who you are as an individual, not just as a human species. You see what I'm saying? So when you can learn the perspectives of what light and dark is trying to teach you, you will come to realize that you had the power all along to shift how you want to feel, to shift how you want to think. And I want to share this with you because this has been the most powerful thing I've ever learned, and I know it will help you on your spiritual journey. When you experience the dark night of the soul, just know, like I said in that quote, in order for you to understand the road that you're on, you have to travel, close your eyes and travel within the darkness. There is so much profound lessons you learn in the darkness. And what are those lessons? I will share with you some examples. Since my experiencing of the dark night of the soul, I've experienced stillness in the dark. I've experienced trust in the dark. I've experienced guidance and protection in the dark. Everything I was so fearful of, even the dark, I used to be fearful of, I found so much comfort in the dark. Because not only the darkness leads to light, but think about this. It's always darkest before dawn. So wouldn't you want to be still in your essence and knowing that all is going to rise again? Knowing that all is going to be okay again, knowing that I am just cleansing, knowing that I have to walk through the path of darkness, because when I walk through the path of my own darkness within my own soul, when I learn to walk through the darkness, I learn how not to be afraid anymore. I learn how to walk through and realize I could be at ease no matter what. Because realize this, what everything that has been created in our physical reality was created from an invisible world. Do you know what that invisible world is like? The unified field? The unified field is full of darkness. There's nothing in the unified field. But vibrationally, you can feel the magnificent divine levels of energy in the unified field, in that darkness, in that mystical place of nothingness. You can feel longevity. You can feel abundance. You can feel wealth. You can feel health. You can feel rejuvenation. You can feel the alignment and the connection with divine in that infinite emptiness, in that darkness. And here's the thing too, when you experience the dark night of the soul, you can create your own perspective, meaning that you could travel through your soul and be scared of all the monsters, which are all your traumas that you have avoided, and you turn them into monsters, and you're scared of those monsters to the point you avoid those monsters, which means you avoid your emotions, you avoid your thoughts, you avoid facing that problem in order for you to overcome that very vibration that you have been so long. In order for you to grow, you just stop yourself from growing. You see where I'm getting at? And I hope you guys understand this. And if not, please leave comments and let me know what you need clarification on, because I would love to assist you if you need some clarification of what I'm talking about. But when you can look at it from a different perspective, walking through your darkness, when you can walk through your darkness and tell yourself, I don't want to fear these demons that I've created. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to fear who I am, this pain that has made me. I don't want to fear the being that I am from this darkness that has made me as I am. You see, the darkness is all about awareness. And with awareness comes perspective. So just know, when you're traveling through the dark night of the soul, learn to embrace it by shifting your perspective of one from fearing to learning, from hurt to loving, from thinking that everything's bad or to good to thinking all is just perfect, all is just neutral. It is how it has to be. So embrace the dark night of the soul as you awaken. Have compassion for how you feel and how you think, and just know that you're only living with you. So that means you have to live with your mistakes, you have to live with your flaws, but you have to live with your pros, and you have to live with your good moments. But you have to live with yourself, period. So no matter what, have compassion for yourself while you're learning your own wounds, while you're unbandaging your own scars. Have compassion, because when you travel through the dark night of the soul, it's going to be one of intensity and so much sadness, so much that you don't want to deal with it. But just know, little do we know, our demons, our darkness, come for us just the same way our guides do. Just the same way the good things that we desire do. Everything is about perspective. So let your soul, your pain, your depression teach you that it's not trying to hurt you. It's trying to show you what it is you need to change within yourself so you can make that transformation that you so desire. So that was my message about the dark night of the soul. And just know, when you travel down this road, you're gonna learn why you are the way that you are. You're gonna learn the being that divine has created. And you're gonna be so amazed that you didn't know that you can learn so much about yourself in a profound, mystical way, that you'll fall in love with the fact of meditating. You'll fall in love with wanting to go deep within your soul, because it is different, it is new, and it makes you feel so uplifted and empowered that you will want to stay aligned rather than keep experiencing the darkness of your own soul. So just know, though, that when you don't do this inner work, when you don't travel down that dark road of your soul, it's only going to keep coming up, and it's only going to get worse to the point you have no choice but to go within. So I'd rather you do the inner work now, since you know that it's okay to embrace your scars. It's okay to embrace your wounds. It's okay to relive it. It's okay, because when you release it and you let it go, you have nothing else to hold on to but your joy, your bliss, and your love. Fight for your life, because we are all fighting for the best versions of ourselves right here, right now, on this very planet. So shift with the energy, and I guarantee you not only that you'll get the life that you want, but you'll just feel happy for no reason, that you'll realize this is all you've ever wanted, was to feel happy about yourself and your life. So if you enjoy this message, caress that like button, subscribe to this channel, hit that notification button so you can be notified of when I post videos. And lastly, follow me on Instagram as I post daily for your betterment and upliftment, so you can walk on your spiritual journey with more love, for enlightenment and unconditional love for who you are and for who you are becoming. But until then, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. With bliss and love, I adore who you are. Namaste.